Good morning, god damn it. Dude, you always do the Q&As right here. Where else would you do them? Let me switch up the scenery a little bit. This should be good. Let's get to this Q&A. Freaking loser. What's the worst argument you guys have ever gotten into? There's frequent arguments about a lot of stupid shit, but probably the worst argument we ever got into, I don't know. I'm the more laid back one, so it's like... Preston's laid back and I'm pretty laid back. I'm not as laid back as Preston. What's next for BPM? What are some of our goals as a company within the next couple of years? Next couple of years? Move into a larger facility. Well, we're in a 5-year lease right here, though. Unless we put it what? Let me answer this question. This is the plan. We'd move into a larger facility for supplement distribution. This would be turned into primarily just a gym, and then we'd grow that way. Focus on my face. Pick up my face. Pick up my face. Do you have any plans on getting a truck soon? I want to get a truck. That's definitely my next vehicle. I got the Infiniti 4-year car payment, so Chevy Silverado, that's what I'm going to get. What about you? Vehicles? Preston knows nothing about vehicles. Well, that's why I'm getting a truck. Shut the fuck up. You fucking loser. Yeah, a truck would be nice. A truck would be nice for everything. The last thing I need is a sports coupe 2-door because I gotta shove shit in my car all the time, and a truck's just convenient if you have a warehouse. So, what is our favorite flavor of the new protein that's being released? I personally like probably the cinnamon roll, and I'm not a huge cinnamon person, but it's on point. Cinnamon roll is always my favorite flavor, but also I think the mint chocolate chip ice cream, that's really good. It tastes like the York peppermint patties. It's on point. Are we looking to distribute in any stores in Australia? I mean, that's a move when you get to a certain level. Probably when you're a company that gets to like 8 figures. Like I know MTS, they ship on ships and containers over to distributors over in Europe and Australia. So you get to a certain point and you can start doing that when you do enough volume. Favorite other fitness YouTubers that you like to watch and follow? Tell you the truth, I haven't watched YouTube for a long time, but I like watching people that I've collabed with, like people that I've met. So I like watching Chase Tuning, Logan Delgado, Matt Keto, Zach Kravitz, Brandon Campbell. People that I've like actually interacted with and met on a personal basis. I like watching them because I like following their journey. That's exactly how I am too. I watch the whole videos that I watch of people that I've met or know or are friends with, like Logan, and I watch all of Chase's videos, and I watch Matt's too. So, and Luther Beach. Yeah, you gotta watch Beach. Is there any other gym equipment we're gonna bring to our gym, or is it enough? We're pretty much maxed out on space right now. Now that we added the fence behind us right now, we're really utilizing this space at like full capacity. So maybe some small accessory stuff, like small pieces for mobility, and you mean an ab machine and pieces like that, but no big rigs or anything else. Some key pointers for a young entrepreneur, some do's and don'ts. Would you say maybe just jump into it right away, like if you want to start a business? No, I'd say, I mean, getting started, there's two like sticking points. One is getting started and one is scaling, depending on how fast you're scaling. The main thing is like, some of the biggest questions I get involving are like legal stuff. So like, we always just go like, when we're starting something new, we go to a lawyer, we go to our accountant, and we get information from them so we do it right. Branding is huge, so like professional design to represent your brand or your company, that's massive. Like when we first started our companies, we had very low quality branding, low quality labels, and if someone's coming across your brand right away and that's the perception they get, it could be bad, it could be good, and you want to give them a good perception, put a good taste in their mouth right from the get-go. Current 3 PRs for both of us. Bench, I could probably do about 385. Actually, that's pushing a little bit. Maybe when I was bulking, 385 squat. I could do, in my off season, probably 530, and then deadlift. I haven't deadlifted in like a year, so I don't know. What would it be? Not good. 450? I mean, in college I was doing
550, but that was like 3 years ago. And I kind of got away from deadlifting, so I should get back into it.
I have like a 365 bench, 500 squat, 700 deadlift. That 700 just sounds good.
Favorite order at Starbucks?
Just a straight up cold brew, 3 Splendid,
I get
baby.
a venti iced coffee, red eye. That's when it's a shot of espresso, and then 3 Splenda. I'm not a huge fan of Starbucks cold brew.
Nah, Starbucks cold brew isn't really that good. But man, if I could do like a cold brew once a day in the morning with an espresso, that's on point. This guy's like, what are they doing? Talking to a damn camera in the middle of the street.
Why does Joe always wear YMCA shirts? No,
Joe actually, his family started the YMCA. So
Joe's last name is YMCA.
Yeah, his last name, Joe YMCA.
What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't in the fitness industry? I would be in 9 to 5 working in the purchasing department, which is a good job, but what would you be doing?
If I wasn't selling supplements and making YouTube videos, I'd probably, well, when I was in the Army and I was looking to get out before BPN kind of blew up, I was looking at working at, for nutrition department. One of the jobs I was going to apply for was for, what's that store called? Wegmans. Wegmans, like upper level management, like nutrition advisor. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Probably work for I'd want to work for Whole Foods.
Working for Whole Foods would be cool, yeah.
Yeah, I love Whole Foods.
If I could shop at Whole Foods every day, I'd get all my food at Whole Foods.
No, maybe start going to the bars
maybe
there.
I'll start doing that. Yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. They had a great salad bar.
What single piece of equipment has made our fulfillment job easier for orders? It's definitely the label printer. We used to like print out the labels on paper and then cut them out, tape them on, and it just took forever.
There's no way we could ever do that.
Yeah, that's, you got to speed up the process definitely, and that's one way. If you're like starting to do more volume as a business, get a label printer because it saves on ink. It doesn't use ink.
Blows my mind.
Ink cartridges are.
Blows my mind.
By the time before we switched over, we were spending like $50 a week on ink. Do we ever have to plan on having our products in shops? Yeah, you definitely want to get into distribution eventually, like a store exclusive deal.
In-store exclusive, so we want to own the e-commerce platform ourselves and not really lose leverage online, but we wouldn't mind getting into like gyms and supplement shops and stuff like that.
So here's a question I hear a lot. Will we ever be able to lower international shipping prices? Now the reason international shipping prices are expensive is because you're putting a package on a plane and taking it over to another country. So that's why it's expensive. Usually we're paying more than we're charging the customer. A lot of the time
we lose money.
Yeah. So I mean, you think about it, these shipping companies need to make money. They got to charge something to put a package on a plane. We're starting to eventually get USPS discounted prices, especially like on packages 4 pounds and under. So it's gonna be a lot cheaper for Canada and UK for those smaller orders eventually. But for things like protein and big box orders, it's always gonna be pretty expensive. Last question, when, where, and how did you guys meet Joe?
Okay, let me take this story. So I'm sitting in Korea and I get this Facebook message from this guy I went to college with, Joe's brother. And he's like, hey, my brother wants to talk to you. So Joe calls me up, he's like, hey man, I see what you're doing. I love it, I want to come work for you. So I was like, all right, well you can fly down when I get back from Korea. You can do like a 2-week interview process and we'll see if it's a good fit. Joe came down. Joe's flight was supposed to arrive at lunchtime, and then it arrived at midnight. So that was our first impression of Joe. Little shithead. And then from there, it was a good fit. And like 2 weeks later, he moved down and been working for us full time. That's a team. The 3 amigos.
Dream team right there. You gotta have a good team.
3 best friends
gotta have
that anyone ever had.
Gotta have a good team because it can't just be yourself, especially like supplement industry, any fitness industry. You gotta have people doing different jobs. If you can find people you can trust, that's huge. It's such a advantage over other people and other companies and whatnot. So you have a good squad right now, a good team, hard workers.
We're the dream team.
Dream team. So that's the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Protein is releasing Thursday at the latest. So snatch it up before it goes out of stock. 3 flavors.
Pick up some protein.